That is a gecko.
A gecko.
Yeah, they usually just come out at night.
All right, so I just did, it's Saturday morning. It's 8:30 now. I dropped off a load at the dump, and now I'm selling a basketball hoop that I got from a junk removal job for $100. Well, 90 for the hoop, 10 for delivery, which is pretty sweet because I got paid to get rid of it, and then little Gary V flipped.
I'm very in operations mode right now, very focused.
You know, and then sell it. And that's a nice little part of this as well. I've sold a lot of stuff. So let's go make this sale. Hey, goodbyes. Hey, goodbyes.
I hate goodbyes.
Ooh, what you know about that flip life, baby? Ooh, that's a good get. $100, you know, for what? Doing a job I would have done anyway? Sure. Job 2 is a fridge, $100 pickup. I didn't even film it because it's so easy. I was in and out in 5 minutes. It's already back there. Let's go. Excuse me, that was job 1. That was job 1. I apologize. First, selling the basketball hoop didn't count. That was job 1. Fridge in the back, $100, done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Beautiful. Did you throw a little extra weight on there for me?
No way.
My guy. Job 2. Oh, I hope I didn't just lock my keys in my car. Oh. Job 2, 2 mattresses. She says they're really big. We'll see.
Hey, you can't wear them colors around here, cuz.
Got a little envelope full of cash. Oh, I think this is more than 115. Hold on. Oh, she gave me a little tip. Hot dog. So there's 100, 20, 40, oh, 50, 65. That's a large tip.
Don't you dare.
Give me a $50 tip. I'm gonna double check and make sure she meant to do that. Hold on.
A few moments later.
$115 job. She gave me 165. Feels good. On to the next one. All right, the mattresses and the box spring were in good shape, so I just dropped them off at Goodwill. No dump fees. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, this is a good one. So I've got my setup back here. Yeah, I backed that in. Pretty impressive. So here's our job today. This one, definitely gonna have to charge by load because it's just so hard to guesstimate how much it's gonna take. But there's some steel in here, so I'll do some separate trip that way. And then there's some appliances up front that we're grabbing as well, so. Toolbox, TV, mattress, the good stuff. Before I cover it, load 1, all the way in. This thing's a beast. We got a Christmas tree on that side. This thing fills her up. load one. So on these kind of jobs, I'm charging $365 a load. So every time I fill it and take a trip to the dump, it's $365. That's just because it's impossible to guesstimate how much a job will cost. So like when the piles are that big. So I'm taking load one now. And then what I like to do is be like, I want to be sensitive to budgets sometimes. So like if you do it by the load, I always like to just go knock on the door and be like, hey, do you want to come take a look at the first load? I've got it tarped up, but you want to see it. Some people like to see, make sure it's filled, properly. And then if you tell them that, they're not going to be like, oh, I wonder if he filled it with, halfway and then he's charging me per load. So I always just be like, hey, come look at it.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah.
And then I say, you guys can tell me when to stop at any time. So if you've got the budget for 2 loads, I'll just do 2. If you want to do 3, whatever. And so these guys are saying like, let's just see what we can get in the second load, then go from there. So kind of just go when they tell me, go until they tell me to stop. So yeah, it's gonna be a good job today.
A few moments later.
You know how it goes, the good, the bad, and the weird little things that happen in your business. So I get back for this to pick up the second load from this big job. I just finished dropping off the first one at the dump. And there's a truck parked in the driveway, like right where I need to be to back in the trailer. And I was like, weird. So I knocked on the front door. I was like, hey guys, he moved the truck. I got to back in there. And the husband was really nice about it, but he was like, hey man, my wife misunderstood your quote. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, I understood it completely, but my wife didn't. And so I was like, so when I left, they were saying like, honey, did you budget for, this is gonna take 2 or 3 loads. So at $365 a pop, if it takes 3, we're gonna be out $1,000. And they were like, we're just gonna stop you here. That's not in the budget today. And I was like, all right. I wish I would have gotten paid before I went to the dump and then drove back. But regardless, I told him, the crazy thing is right when I left, so normally when you go by the load, people are like, oh, when I explained to the lady, like, oh, by the load, like $365 a load, normally they're like, oh, well, how much do you think this is gonna take? Because anyone thinks like, okay, well, by that number can get up there. But she was like, perfect, no worries. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe they just really want to go, And so then when I was filling it up, the husband came out, and I always just like to cross my T's and dot my I's. So I was like, hey man, yeah, so here's load 1. Like, we're done. I'm finishing load 1 right now. If you want to come take a look at it before I go, so you can see I filled it to the brim, because I just like people to see it, so there's not like this like unspoken, like to leave no opportunity for people to be like, oh, he barely filled it and left. So then when he comes out, I was like, yeah, so I know I had explained to your wife, but yeah, so this first one's $365, and then the next one's $365. And then if you use like a half load or a quarter load on any of the following ones, I'll cut it by that much. So if you use a quarter of the load, I'll charge you 25% of $365. If you use a half of a load, I'll charge you 50%. Really simple, basic stuff. She misunderstood, he didn't, and they were like, we gotta stop you there. So I was pretty pumped to get like 3 loads at $365 a piece. Only ended up getting 1, but it's Saturday and I can go lay at the pool with my girlfriend, so I'm not that upset. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
3 o'clock. I definitely didn't make a video right when I ended. I think I got home at like 2, maybe 1:30 or 2. Going to lunch with my girlfriend, my lovely, sweet, beautiful girlfriend. And we had a good day today. Check out these numbers. Yeah, that part of the end there kind of sucked. It's one of those things that's definitely not as fun to share when, like, I'm at a job site thinking I'm going to have, close to a $1,100, $1,200 day. And it turns out there's a communication error that had me stop like a third of the way in. I think the easy thing to do would be just to assume that that customer was an idiot and move on. And I'm kind of guilty of doing that. I think even when I got home, I told my roommates or my girlfriend, like, oh, this guy was such an idiot. They didn't hear it right or something like that. When in reality, like, maybe I should look and see if I could have some checks and balances in my pricing system, whether that be like a one sheet or something like that, to avoid that. Because I don't know, it's kind of, yeah, that person could have listened better, or I could have avoided that situation entirely by maybe having a visual thing that depicts what I'm saying, or maybe have them sign something. I don't know. If anyone has any ideas of what I should actually have out there, put them in the comments, because I'd like to hear it. So now let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about the profit and loss for the week. So this week we did $1,900 in revenue from Sunday to Saturday. We had $416.13 of expenses, which leaves us with a profit on the week of $1,483.87. So $1,483.87 in profit for the week. Like, it's good. I feel good about it, but to be honest with you, I'm just getting kind of impatient. Like, I want to get to that next step where that revenue number is maybe closer to 4,000, 3 or 4,000, and that profitability number is kind of closer to that 2,500 range. Maybe like 23 to 2,500 range. That way I can justify hiring someone and then really scaling it, because the second that I can hire somebody, I won't have to spend all day long in the truck on every job, and I can focus on scaling the business and growing it and doing different things to land bigger jobs, or focus on making more realtor or Airbnb people connections. So doing these weekly videos, I kind of almost feel rushed to like show you guys something new, just to like not keep them stale. But at the end of the day, I'm just showing you guys like the truth. Like, it's not this crazy, you know, Gary V style blow up where I've got 25 employees already and we're doing $1 million a year. Like,
Everybody thinks you suck shit, then it's all upside.
you guys know the deal. I gotta do it. YouTube says 80% of you are watching this and you're not subscribed. Support a small creator and hit that subscribe button. It'll give you good karma for going into your week. Seriously, do it.